All right, this is going to be interesting for people who believe in issues that are meaningful for our society. Because this month, on 1st of November, Kerala was officially declared as the first Indian state to be free of extreme poverty. A project that began in 2021 concluded with this huge landmark. And one of the men who was key to the entire project, Minister M.B. Rajesh, is here with me. So I'm glad to have you here, sir, for this session. And welcome to Southern Rising. Welcome to the ABP platform. I want to begin by asking you, in anywhere in India, this is perhaps happening for the first time. The claim that Kerala is now making that you have eradicated extreme poverty. Number one, of course, it sounds like an uphill task. So take us through the entire process of you coming to this stage.
Of course. Before that, I would like to thank ABP Group for inviting me to this event, and also taking up the issue of poverty eradication.
Why do you say that?
When I was told that I have to talk about poverty eradication and Kerala model, I was surprised.
Why?
Because nowadays media in general neglect real issues like poverty and unemployment. So this is an exception, a rare exception, and I congratulate ABP Group for taking up the issue of poverty.
So ABP definitely is an exception, sir, and we do take up such issues. So go ahead.
Yes, this very idea of extreme poverty eradication was mooted in the year 2017 during the first Pinarayi Vijayan-led government. But in 2018, Kerala witnessed the worst ever flood in the last 1 century. Then in 2019, a similar natural calamity repeated. In 2020, this COVID pandemic broke out. And because of this, we were not able to launch this extreme poverty eradication program then. Then this government led by Pinarayi Vijayan was re-elected for the first time in the history of the left in Kerala. A left government was re-elected in 2021. And the first decision taken in the first cabinet of second Pinarayi Vijayan-led government was eradication of extreme poverty program. So this was the first decision taken in the first cabinet meeting. Then we went ahead with the process of identifying the extremely poor families. So before that, we had to define what is extreme poverty.
Yeah, that is what we are interested in understanding.
Yes.
When you say poverty, you say extreme poverty, and we also have a category of below poverty line. So what does extreme poverty mean?
See, we found extreme poverty as those people, extremely poor, those who cannot survive without an external support, whose survival is at risk, who doesn't have the basic documents to ensure their rights. For example, people who doesn't have voter ID cards, who doesn't have ration cards, who doesn't have Aadhaar cards, so no documents at all. And people who are not touched by, whose lives are not touched by any welfare schemes implemented so far. The invisible people, the non-existent group. They are there, but state has not recognized so far. They have been left out of the development model and development process we have implemented in the last few decades. So this microscopic minority.
How long did you take to identify this kind of people?
See, it was a 4-month-long process. So we, first of all, we relied upon the existing data. Then this, on the basis of this existing data, an enumeration, door-to-door enumeration was conducted by local self-government institutions with the help of the biggest network of women's self-help group called Kudumbashree. Kudumbashree volunteers went door-to-door for the enumeration process. Then the data collected on the basis of this was analyzed by focus group discussions. focus groups consisting of public representative, voluntary organization representatives, etc. So more than 59,000 focus group discussions analyzed the data, primary data collected through this enumeration, etc. Then KILA, one of our premier institutions in the field of local decentralized governance, Kerala Institute of Local Administration. KILA developed a methodology. They prepared a handbook for training of volunteers, and they gave the technical support. Then 4 lakh people were trained. Public representatives, elected representatives, voluntary organization representatives, and government employees, including all of them, 4 lakh people were trained for the implementation of this program. Then, after this focus group discussion, this data was discussed in ward level committees. These ward level committees is a representative committee representing all sections of people within a ward.
Okay.
Every Gram Panchayat municipal level wards had a committee, people's committee, headed by the ward member, elected ward member. So they finalized a draft list of beneficiaries. Then this list was taken to the Gram Sabhas. In Gram Sabhas, this list was discussed, and Gram Sabha finalized the list of beneficiaries in each ward. Then this list was finally approved by local self-government institution,
Okay.
municipal council or panchayat council, whatever it is. They finalized and approved the list. So that means that the list of beneficiaries was not finalized by the state government from the top. It was finalized prepared by local self-government institutions through an elaborate participatory process.
Okay.
And the total number came to 64,006 families, which is an aggregate of number of beneficiaries finalized by various local self-government institutions in the
Okay.
state.
So, Minister sir, tell me, do you worry about a blind spot in this data? You think that's a possibility?
We have made all possible efforts to ensure that the data is flawless. But as I have already explained, so this was an elaborate process. It was not a conventional process of sample survey or simply door-to-door survey. It was through focus group discussions, then ward level committees, then Gram Sabhas, then Panchayat level committee, and to monitor the entire process in each Panchayat and municipalities, there was a committee in which all political party representatives were members.
Okay.
So it was such a participatory, elaborate mass program.
Okay.
It was an unconventional method. But still, I'm not claiming that this is 100%. Of course, there can be people who are left out, but now we have announced an EPEP 2.0. So we are not stopping here. We have announced EPEP 2.0, in which we will start a helpline to which any citizen can call and inform that there is an extremely poor family who are not benefited from this program. So
you've left that space. If anybody has
yeah.
been left out, please call us and we will help.
Yeah.
But you are claiming that it's a complete eradication. Now, Rajeshji, I was actually trying to look at how centre has reacted. The government, the centre has reacted to this claim of Kerala government. I actually didn't find anything explicitly. So have you heard from the central government?
No, we haven't heard anything from the center.
Did you reach out to them? Did you say that this is what you have achieved?
In fact, we have not formally informed the government of India that we have achieved this. This is our own initiative, and this is not to convince center that we have done this or we have achieved this. And many people have apprehensions that whether the government of India will further reduce allocations to states because of this achievement. Because Kerala's social development indices are very high in the country, no? education, literacy.
Are you scared of informing the
Yeah.
center? Are you
So
claiming
this-
it all over the
this
media?
this has become a reason.
Huh.
This has become a reason for the union government to reduce our due share in central taxes. Because we have already achieved these national goals. Now the government of India is saying that Kerala doesn't need this much assistance, this much support. So I will tell you one example. Our share from the union kitty in our total revenue is just 25%, whereas Bihar's share is 75%.
Bihar needs it. Bihar needs it more than you.
Yeah. Pardon?
Bihar needs it more than you. That's why they're getting it.
See, Bihar, UP, and many other backward states, they are getting much more than what we are getting. And we are being penalized for the achievements in social sectors. We are being penalized for our achievements in health, education, in standard of living,
Why do you
etc.
say penalize, sir? Why do you say penalize if you're getting
Because
self-sufficient, if you're able to manage yourself?
Government of India has drastically reduced our resources.
You are able to take care of yourself properly, so perhaps that money can be used somewhere else.
See, Government of India is collecting taxes from Kerala also. So the due share should be given to us. That is, we have our second generation issues. So we have achieved, we have made many achievements in the field of education, health, etc. But the second generation development issues are there. So in order to address those second generation development issues, we need resources.
Okay.
For example, Kerala's more than 20% of our population is above 60. They are senior citizens. So geriatric care is an important issue to be addressed by the state. So many such second generation issues are there. So and the lifestyle diseases in Kerala. So our life expectancy is much higher.
Yeah.
So we recently overtook United States in infant mortality rate. In US, it is 5.61 per 1 lakh live births, and in Kerala, now it is just 5 per 1 lakh live births. So we have overtook United States. So that achievements are there. But at the same time, we have second generation issues like this lifestyle, when it comes to health, it's lifestyle diseases, etc. So these issues, if we have to take care of these issues, we need resources.
Okay, point taken. But, one of the key criticism here that comes in is that poverty eradication needs some bit of sustained support, right? It's not a one-time thing. And just identification, intervention at one point in time is not going to help. So you will have to have some long-term safeguards, efforts that you have to keep making. What are those? Have you dwelt upon that?
I completely agree with this criticism. We have a sense of reality, and we don't think that poverty eradication is a one-time affair. We are not claiming any finality. Instead, we have ensured continuity of this program. As I said earlier, we have announced Extreme Poverty Eradication Program 2.0. So it will cover those people who have not been covered under ABP 1, and we will ensure that local self-government institutions will continuously monitor extremely poor families, and they will ensure, and the state government will also ensure that they are not again pushed back to extreme poverty.
But do you have this fear that if the government changes, people, all of this can slip back into that extreme poverty? Do you have that fear?
So we have no fear because we are not expecting a change in government.
Right. Okay. So a section of economists also have, we were discussing this thing, and they say that your model is very welfare-driven in the sense that you've been giving out a lot of doles. Now, that again is not a very sustainable model, sir. You do it for some time, you can do it for some years, but you may not be able to continue for a long time because a lot of money goes into doing that.
This Kerala model of social welfare is not created overnight. So it is evolved historically. It will take some time to explain it. I don't want to take much of your time. But it was not built over time. The first communist-led government, first elected communist government in the country was in Kerala in 1957. And that government itself was the product of a prolonged struggle by the peasantry and working class, and even before that, the struggles for social reformation movements. So that government was a product of these struggles. So those struggles were mainly for human dignity and people's rights, social rights and economic rights. That is why they introduced, that the first government led by Comrade E.M.S. Namboodiripad introduced comprehensive land reforms, education reforms, and initiated decentralization. So this was the foundation. Then the left governments, whenever it came to power, they constantly built upon this foundation. In 90s, Kerala introduced People's Plan campaign, decentralized and participatory mode of planning was introduced in Kerala. Local self-government institutions were given 40% of development funds were devolved to local self-government institutions. And Kudumbashree, the network of women's self-help group, was created in late 90s. The main objective of both this decentralized planning and Kudumbashree was poverty reduction. And in 1971, when this Dandekar-Rath study, a comprehensive study on poverty was done, Kerala was one of the lowest, one of the highest, was having highest poverty. One of the most poor state in the country, it was Kerala in 1971. But because of these initiatives, by 2021, Niti Aayog has stated that Kerala is having the lowest poverty.
Yeah.
So that means that this welfare model is not unsustainable. This is sustainable. And this was created over 5 or 6 decades.
But do you really believe that all of this, the claim that you're making can completely be data-driven? Because we are, we do look at the informal labor, migration, seasonal employment, etc. Keeping all of that in mind, you think that this claim that you are making, and I just want to add, because I was going through, a few articles, and I came across your opposition leader, VD Satyasevan. He is, of course, labeled an allegation against you on this particular issue, and he says it's a fraud built on manipulated data. And he's citing discrepancies between the initial 1.18 lakh identified families and the final 64,000 beneficiaries, as well as, of course, the exclusions of these various schemes that he's mentioning here. Now, that's a criticism that's coming in. It's a specific one. He's citing data. I mean, keep the politics aside and tell me what is the reality.
Let me respond to the allegation of Honorable Leader of Opposition. See, I said the identification was carried out by local self-government institutions through a democratic participatory process. And the list of beneficiaries was finalized not by the state government, but by each local self-government institution. And in Kerala, 40% of local self-government institutions are ruled by opposition, by the opposition. So they were also, the opposition-led local self-government institutions were also, they were also part of our extreme poverty eradication program. They were actively participating in it. I can tell you a lot of experiences. No local self-government institution has kept a distance from this. All of them were part of this. So this work done together by the state government and local self-government.
So why this criticism? Just for the sake of it?
Because now we are going to face elections only because of that. And this process was, has been happening, taking place over the last 4 years. And Honorable Leader of Opposition had no queries, no doubts, no criticism. See, we brought out an interim report in 2023. That report is titled Kerala's Journey Towards Zero Poverty. So there was no questions at all at that time. That is available in public domain. And every year, the economic review is placed on the floor before the assembly.
Yeah.
And it is available to all members of MLAs. It's
Okay.
available to all MLAs.
Okay.
And leader of opposition had no doubts, no questions when this EPEP was explained in economic review. So this is politically motivated.
It's
That is why
politically
suddenly, all of a sudden, as if he is just wake up from a deep sleep, he is making allegations. So why he had no questions and criticism in the last 4 years?
Okay.
If we had questions and criticism, we would have definitely taken it seriously.
Okay, all right. But there's also this whole thing going around that, Kerala government is trying to take credit for something where there possibly is also a role played by several schemes of the center. For example, PM Awas Yojana. You completely, ignoring that entirely. You are not taking into account the several schemes that across the country is being run by the government at the center, while you are solely trying to take credit of the fact that this is what the state government has done.
Thank you for asking this question, because this question is helpful for me to expose the role of government of India. So for example, you referred to PMAY. So what is the amount given under PMAY for the construction of a house? Is a paltry amount of rupees 72,000. And do you know what is the amount given by government of Kerala under our own state scheme Life to each beneficiary for housing? Is rupees 4 lakh.